Aside from solos and duos, crossplay is probably the most requested change for Apex Legends. The fan base has really rallied around the idea of having crossplay, and you can track all the way back through all of the invitationals that were streamed on Twitch or YouTube or wherever you watched them. And aside from TSM winning all of them, the other thing you can count on is that there were thousands of people just copy pasting, spamming crossplay thousands upon thousands of times in the chat. And so there's an article that came out yesterday where Respawn and a couple of the devs there, who I believe were unnamed, sat down with Game Informer and talked about crossplay. Before we get into that, though, I kind of want to give some speculation on why I think we haven't seen crossplay, and there are really three main reasons for that. And the first one is just that I don't believe the code for Apex was written in a way that allowed them to easily implement crossplay, because all the way back on February 6th, Respawn told Eurogamer that they actually were working on cross-platforming, but it was something that was becoming a very big issue for them, something that was very difficult to work through. And so I would assume that that's just because of the code that they wrote the game in actually is giving them a really hard time with implementing other inputs from console to console or PC to console, that kind of thing. But I think there are also two other issues that are holding Respawn back from releasing this to the public. And I think one of them is the issue that comes from PC to console. Really recently, we've seen all other Battle Royale games releasing crossplay. Fortnite has had it for some time, Call of Duty has it now, and even a couple weeks ago, PUBG actually turned their servers into cross-platform servers. So Apex is now the only big name Battle Royale that does not have cross-platforming, which I think is putting a lot of pressure on them. The problem with Apex and why it's so different is that it's such a fast-paced first-person game. When you play Warzone or PUBG, it's not super fast paced, even though you can run, and in Warzone you can slide. It's not like you're flying up zip lines or jumping off walls or wall running or anything like that. It's not that intensive. So I think that the problem with Apex comes in the verticality of the game and how fast it moves. And just to kind of define what I mean by that, if you watch any pro players for Apex, especially in the PC scene, they're wall jumping and they're doing all sorts of crazy tricks on zip lines, like Dizzy did in that one clip that like blows my mind. They're also figuring out how to wall run and all this stuff, which is far more difficult to do on console. From my friends who I've talked to who play on Xbox and PS4, it's incredibly difficult to achieve that same kind of movement. So I think that's another big issue. And then last but not least, I think adjustment of aim assist is also an issue that a lot of people have when it comes to crossplay. For some reason, people on PC and console just can't get along, and they always are constantly accusing each other of having distinct advantages over one another. And I promise I'm going to do the challenge where I try to play with a controller all day. But for right now, I can't really give my 2 cents on which one is harder. I really have no idea, and I'm not going to pretend like I do or that PC is better just because that's what I play on. But a lot of other games have had a really difficult time with tuning the aim assist so that it's in a fair place. And I think that Apex just might not be in a good position right now to have to worry about that big of an issue while they're still trying to sort out other things, like the fact that their servers barely run. But let's take a look at this article. I promise I'm not trying to drag this video out. I just kind of got on a roll talking about it. Crossplay is something that I really am passionate about as well. I'm not just talking about this from your guys' perspective, but this is an article with Game Informer, and the person who is doing the interview asked the devs if they had any intentions of adding crossplay, since it's something that's being added to a lot of other games right now. And their response was this. I'll have it up on screen, but I'm also going to read it. I think on crossplay, we see it's something that is kind of expected in the industry, and is important to a game like ours. We're obviously big fans of playing our game at work and in our free time, and we go home on a Friday or weekend and want to play with each other, and we're all on different systems. On a personal level, yes, we'd love to do that and be able to party up on weekends. I think it's a really important thing to get to. They really laid out that it's something that they really want for Apex, and it's something that they're clearly working on. However, when Game Informer asked them to comment on a timeline for when they think it will be released, they refused to comment on that. So there's no confirmed date. I have no idea. They've been saying that it's been in the works since February 6th, which is almost 2 full months ago when I'm making this video. I do hope it's soon because I really want to play with you guys. So many of the subs on the channel are on console, and I feel so bad that I can't play with you guys. So as I said, this is something that means a lot to me. Let me know what you guys think of this, because I know all of you are equally as passionate about this as I am. In the article with Game Informer, there's a line that says, "The developers have remained quiet on the subject in the past, but the team have now confirmed that it's something they're interested in adding." I really hope this is the case and it's not just something that they would like to see on a personal level but don't think belongs in the game on a professional level. I personally am just glad that there's some communication going on with us right now. The fact that we don't have crossplay isn't what makes me upset. The fact that they're not telling us what's going on. And I think it's the same thing with solos and duos. If they would just say, hey, we're working on it, or this is the reason why we didn't add it or aren't going to add it, I think that would really clear up a lot of stuff, and I think that would be really awesome personally. So that's going to be all from me. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, to hit the like button, as that lets me know you guys want more content like this. And also, if you want to join the club and you haven't already, you can hit that red subscribe button right underneath this video. That's all from me though, guys. So until next time, take it easy.